What's going on, everybody? Hope everybody's having a fantastic day. I'm Matt. Welcome to 9 Mils on 2 Wheels. I'd like to welcome all the new subscribers. I put out a video twice a week, one on Friday and a short, stupid one on Sunday. If you haven't already subscribed, please consider hitting that subscribe button. It is, so I stop here, right down there. Totally free to do it. And right there, when you do that, a bell will show up. If you click on that all notification, you will get notified whenever I put out a new video. Totally free, doesn't cost you a dime. Please consider. Also, if you click on the show more part of the description, you will find a link to a raffle. And you will find links to websites and Facebook pages for Forgotten Angels, a great charity organization that helps out kids. I call them kids, young men who aged out of the foster care system. Give them a chance that they've never had. A lot of these kids get kicked to the street with a big trash bag of their stuff, and that's it. Once they turn 18 and they're in the foster care system, they're no longer a check to the foster families, so that they just get thrown out, and a lot of them don't get taught anything. David and Cindy of Forgotten Angels takes them in, teaches them skills, make sure they get their driver's license, build tiny homes for them, on and on, get all kind of stuff. Just great stuff. I personally know everybody involved with it, and you could win a home. You could win $250,000 or $250,000. Who couldn't use $250,000? That changed my life. I know that, right? Also, to more incentive for you to get buy some raffle tickets. They're $25 a piece, or $5 for $100. Is every 2 weeks they're giving away a motorcycle. That's right, a motorcycle. Some great classic kind of motorcycle, not brand new, but motorcycle. For a $25 ticket, it's been like 1 in 400 chance of winning a motorcycle lately, all right? So every 2 weeks they do that. In order for you to qualify for the motorcycle for that 2 weeks, you got to buy a raffle ticket during that 2 weeks, all right? Link the Shade Tree Surgeons channel, Shay Lacey and Spike's Corner, all down there in the show more part of the description. Watch, especially Shade Tree Surgeons channel. He will have the latest motorcycle to be given away. And oh man, like I said, you can win a motorcycle, and then you're still qualified. Even if you win a motorcycle, you're still qualified for the grand prize of a house or $250,000. It's not a sham. I personally know everybody involved. So check it out. Also down there, if you click on the show more part of the description, there's a link to my Patreon. I have a Patreon, guys. A lot of y'all know I'm disabled, so this will help me afford the travel that I do, and new equipment and all stuff like that, so that I can keep on giving y'all quality stuff. I offer no incentives, for the participating in the Patreon, but it only costs you $1 if you go there. $1 you could be helping me out. $1 is all it takes. It sounds like a TV ad, doesn't it? Join my Patreon. That's it. $1. Of course, I have other levels. There's 3 levels. What is going on up here? There's 3 levels on the Patreon. There's there's pistol, there's rifle, and there's bazooka. Choose whichever one you can do, and if you can't afford it, then don't do it. And I'd much rather you give your money to Forgotten Angels than my Patreon if you can't do both of them. Alright? Now that's down there in the link. Guys, this is part 2. It's the rest of the trip all the way there. Now I'll mark it right here. This camera right here, battery died. So I go to my backup camera just for reference, everybody. This is camera A. Why y'all stopping in front of me while I'm trying to do one-handed stuff? This is camera A. My handlebar camera is camera B. And my side camera, the center, is camera C. So when I refer to a camera, that's what I mean, because I have this, like I said, camera A, handlebar is camera B, and my side camera here is camera C. That's my backup camera for the forward view. You'll see me say camera A stop working. That's what I refer to this one, because I do that through my puny little brain to keep track of which camera I'm doing editing on during the editing process. Alright? And it's easy to find the file. I know which camera A, which camera B, and which camera C. Anyway, so I'll mark it right here what time, but this camera here, no, this camera stopped, it died, the battery's dead, and I ain't gonna stop the whole dang, you know, thing. Hey, stop, everybody stop so I can change my camera. They ain't gonna do that. So my forward camera right here, camera A, died, but still had camera C, which is good, because then I still have footage. But the wide angle lens on this ain't as good, so I had to zoom in. But I'll put it right here where the 18-wheeler, we were going along, and one county dropped the ball. One county dropped the ball. Or something went wrong. I don't know, the communication, whatever. Luckily, the fire department was out blocking the road for us in the town that we had to go through that county. But one county didn't pick us up like they were supposed to and escort us. So we didn't have an escort for a little ways. We were going along in that county, coming up to the next county, and you'll see a deputy in his cruiser and the SUV on the shoulder. I'll zoom in on it. It's a little grainy, sorry. But you'll see him get off the shoulder and get in front of us. There's an 18-wheeler in front of us. He got between us and the 18-wheeler, turned his lights on, and the 18-wheeler went to the shoulder. And then as the police officer got by him, even though there was motorcycles next to him, I got it on video, guys, and like I said, it's 2D, so it don't look as close as it was, but he almost ran over riders. And I had to go to the opposite side of the lane to stop from hitting people. So, you'll see the deputy come off the shoulder, get in front of us, turn his lights on. You will see the 18-wheeler go to the shoulder, and then he comes over, and he hesitates not to do it, and then he decides he wants to get in front of the group, and he comes all the way over. And dang near run over several riders. You'll see that. But shortly after that, you'll see I'll zoom in on it too. There's a line of deputies waiting on us. 4 or 5 of them. One of them jumped in front of us again. And behind him. Turned his lights on. This time he went to the shoulder and he stayed there. Right? And we were able to get by him. But we all made sure that we let him know he was #1 in our book as we went by. But anyways, I have it on good authority because I talked to some of the deputies. And they had one of the deputies that was on the shoulder as we went by, rolled up and had a talking to the truck driver. You'll see that. Now, then, we'll roll into Caldwell, where the kids will get fed lunch. Alright? And then we get to eat, you know, we get to fuel up, and we get to eat lunch too. Then, we take off, and these deputies that we know, the city cops right there while we was in town were with us, and then the deputies, they stayed with us for a while, escorted us for a while. I imagine to the end of their jurisdiction, to the end of their county, but you'll see one fall off, and then just a little bit later you see another one fall off, and we were about 5 miles from the campground and no longer really needing an escort. We weren't going to be going through any more towns, and you know, just it was just, you know, no need for them after that, really. So we got them to the campground. You hear when we get to the campground, this one here has no external batteries. Alright, even though I had a power pack on it, the power pack died. So time we get to the campground, this one's no longer working, but this one's working. there's no audio going into the campground until we park and we red bomb the buses. That will be audio from this camera. It's not the greatest audio in the world, and the outro will be from this camera too. But best I could do. And man, it was great getting able to do that again. It was a very, very long day. I left the house at 8:15 and didn't get back till right at 5, a little bit after 5 p.m. It was a great time. It was, you know, the kids had a great time, and man, it's just so great getting able to do that again. It was, by the way, it was 103 by the time it was over with. It was hot. What was the other thing? Oh, yes, I was in severe pain. My shoulder was killing me. But I did it for the kids. It sucked for me, but it was great for the kids. And here comes part 2. All right, the kids have been fed lunch. We have several law enforcement. They're almost in the bus, and we are lining back up to escort them the rest of the way. feels good. That feels so good. To finally, after 4 years of getting to do that again. We did have one department drop the ball and didn't escort us. But other than that, so now what we'll do is we'll still we're gonna help the kids unload the bus, get us a drink, and we're gonna all head back. So y'all know how it goes. If you served or if you're currently serving in the military, if you're a firefighter, EMS, first responder, especially law enforcement, if you're in the healthcare industry, putting yourself at risk. If you vote, stand up for your rights. If you're a truck driver, delivering all them goods, except for the dumbass truck driver that cut us off, you're awesome. My brain quit working, did you see that? We appreciate everything you do for us and the sacrifices you and your families have made. Ladies, flash a stranger today. Boom.